Sweet, we are gonna go into a hip flexor opener here. Not only are we gonna open up the hips, but we're gonna open up the spine. So this is one of my favorite mobility exercises. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get into a half kneel position, okay? Now, in order to do this correctly, when I get into a half kneel position, I've gotta make sure that my hips are in a neutral position. If they're in an anterior pelvic tilt, I'm not gonna hit this hip flexor like I want. So what I tell tons of our clients to do is take your hands on your lower back and your stomach, rotate that pelvis so that we get a nice stretch here in the hip flexor. And then to add to it, if you want, I'm gonna flex my glutes and really extend this hip. Once I add that flexion of the glutes, I'm gonna create more release of the hip flexor. And then as I'm in that anterior pelvic tilt to neutral, I'm gonna feel even more. So this is kind of the best way to position yourself for a hip flexor stretch. If I'm here, I could lean forward all day long. You can see people in the gym doing this consistently, and even some of our clients, and they're really not opening up the hip flexor like they should. So anterior pelvic tilt, go to neutral, flex the glute, and this is the starting position. So I'm gonna show you from an angle here, so what I'm doing is getting here first, then I'm gonna take my right leg, I'm gonna swing it out to the side. So I'm gonna open up this groin. So opening up these adductors, opening up the hip flexor, I'm gonna stay in this position. I'm gonna keep my glutes flexed throughout this movement, and I usually instruct my clients to do the same. So this is the starting position, and then what I'm gonna do is angle my chest toward my right knee and my hands out in front of me like this, and then I'm gonna lean forward while I'm continuing to flex the glute and continue to keep the hips open. And then I'm going to get some ankle mobility on the right, and then thoracic mobility moving to my left, and then I'm gonna come back. Perfect. If you need to relax and reset between reps, you can. 30 seconds on this side. So rotate the pelvis, flex the glute, open up that hip flexor, lean in. We're gonna keep this open, lean into that leg, open the spine, and now I'm just gonna keep moving through this. So nice, open mobility movement here for all sorts of areas, including my right ankle. And then I'll move to the other side, getting the left ankle, as well as my groin, my adductors, my hip flexors. Awesome exercise. Do this on both sides for your clients, and then we'll move on to the last mobility exercise for this mini dynamics sequence.